was just wondering if you're tired of playing the guard yet.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm tired of it because they're always you always learn something when you play them because like they pushed us to the limits like multiple times, especially in the grand final and even now like they force us to get like really creative and like go outside like our prep. So on one hand like you get valuable experience. On the other hand though, I guess at international tournament I would like to maybe play some of the EMEA teams and other different styles too. So.
Towards the end of like the final rounds on Fracture, there was a
Yeah.
long tech pause. Did that affect the team's momentum?
I think it did like a little bit because I think we were riding a streak of rounds. And, when you have a long tech pause for, I don't even know what reason it was, they never told us, but we had like a long, like 5 to 10 minute pause. So it kind of broke our momentum like a little bit. But thankfully we were able to like recollect ourselves and like, keep the same energy going forward for the following rounds.
Does Marved have actual ice in his veins?
He's to be honest with you, he's a player in which like is very calm like when he plays, and he sometimes gets excited and stuff, but he keeps his nerve and he plays well like under pressure. So he is I guess he does. So
I was just wondering if you guys did anything to kind of like intimidate the guys who were in their first land today, like any taunts thrown their way, or is it kind of just business as usual?
I mean, I guess there was like a little bit of taunting, but I don't think it was like anything that was like excessive, if that makes sense. I think it was just our normal stuff of like we always like to hype each other up and like we always like to feed off like each other's like energy and stuff like that. We didn't really go into with a game plan of like, oh, let's really yell really yell at them or something like that. No, it was just kind of business as usual.
Comment from Trent in his post-match interview. They felt like they had a few jitters, the guard, because obviously it was their first LAN game.
Yeah.
Did you sense that on your end?
I don't know if I sensed that on my end. It's hard to say, if I'm being honest with you. It's really hard to say. I feel like they played similar to like how they played in the grand finals, but they felt like they had some nerves and stuff like that. That might be partially it, but honestly, it's hard to say. It's hard to say, to be honest with you.
You got DRX next, who are a team who have looked incredibly impressive. What
Yeah.
sort of challenges they pose?
I would say with the DRX team, they're obviously a very strong team. If you watch them play, they don't make like a lot of mistakes. They try to pair their utility together. They really try to like play together as best as possible. Like you're not seeing like real crazy like aggro plays from like players, or like you don't see them like kind of like solo walking in. They're kind of very structured and methodical. It's going to be kind of hard to face that to some degree because you basically have to. The only way to really face that is to fight team play with team play, right? That's the kind of challenge I'd say they present.